In Meineke's response to this consumer complaint, of which I addressed to the Better Business Bureau of Kansas City and Attorney General of Missouri, you see phrases such as initial diagnosis, additional repairs could be required after initial leaks were fixed due to the increased pressure within the system, and restore the vehicle to normal operating status with emphasis on operating. Unfortunately, Meineke's initial diagnosis was not a proper or thorough diagnosis. As previously presented in the diagnostic procedure presentation, Meineke failed to comprehend the concept of the 6-step basic diagnostic procedure, which clearly states the final step is to verify the repair. As I stated earlier, it is not the responsibility of the customer to verify repairs. Meineke further states the work was performed by a lead mechanic with over 25 years of experience in the automotive repair field. Additional work was performed by the same mechanic who performed the original work. At this time, we diagnosed leaking power steering lines / hoses, belts which had been compromised by being fluid soaked, and offered to replace these parts under warranty. Now, Meineke's mechanic lacks attention to detail, to put it mildly. During my initial visual inspection, I noticed the rack and pinion boot was torn and still leaking. The oil pressure sending unit was not replaced as stated. The valve cover gaskets had sealant applied all over both gaskets. The intake air temperature sensor was left disconnected, causing a check engine light code. But the biggest concern I had was the worn inner tire causing interior belts to show. I would have thought that Meineke would have made a note of this. This was a serious accident waiting to happen. I also had 2 independent technicians from reputable establishments inspect this vehicle. They found the rack and pinion leaking, power steering pump / hoses leaking, rust on the exposed inner tie rods, and loose clamps. Now, these are the reasons I had absolutely no confidence in Meineke's mechanic doing a thorough or competent repair. Meineke states, not allow us to bring the vehicle into the shop and insist that we look at it in the parking lot. This inspection could easily be done outside. Meineke has had this vehicle in their shop twice before with a cost of at least a minimum of $1,000 each time. I did not want it in their shop and held for ransom during this inspection. Meineke further states, showed the invoices where we had purchased the parts. And no invoices from Meineke's vendors next door consisted of the more expensive components such as the pump and the rack were ever shown during my 3 meetings with Meineke. Meineke produced a single sheet of paper with a copy of 2 invoices only. Meineke also states, please advise if you require any additional information. From the very beginning, I have asked for a copy of the original work order stating the reason why the vehicle originally came in, but they have continuously refused to supply that information, which the paying customer has every right to have. And finally, Meineke states the vehicle was returned to their shop for a follow-up appointment. Ford Motor Company has a motto that states, fix it right the first time, not the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time, which was becoming the situation with Meineke. In the automotive industry, when a vehicle is returned for the same concerns, it is known as a comeback. And a comeback does not mean you get paid again for a concern that should have been repaired and verified the first time. And after reviewing the 6-step diagnostic procedures, all TSBs, and all test procedures in the appropriate symptom charts, you see the terms thorough visual inspection, comebacks, and right the first time. Nowhere do you see the term follow-up appointment. Also, on Meineke's first invoice, printed by Meineke, no follow-up appointment is noted. My question is, where is the term follow-up appointment noted in any procedures, charts, or manuals? It's not. This concludes this video. Only one video left concerning closing statements. Thank you.